promise you that I won't let you down.
This is a love story. And like any love story, the telling is painful. It involves a powerful triangle, and when there are three in the relationship, someone ends up hurt.
Open flowers in the windy fields of this war-torn world.
Our love of the ocean goes back eons. Our love of plastic, just decades. Whilst the ocean gave us the gift of life, we turned our backs and treated it with neglect. Today, our love affair with plastic is everywhere to see, but the consequences of our addiction are largely unknown. The Plastic Oceans Foundation has commissioned freediver Tanya Streeter and documentary filmmaker Craig Leeson to investigate plastic pollution in the world's oceans. This film reveals their shocking discoveries. Plastic is indestructible. We are now producing nearly 300 million tons every year, more than the combined weight of all the adult humans on the planet. Half of this plastic we use just once and throw away.
We've treated the ocean as a place to dispose of things that we did not want close to where we thought we lived. Actually, the whole planet is where we live. Plastic is a blessing, but it's also a curse. It doesn't go away. It just stays and stays for decades, even centuries.
Our explorers begin their quest by joining key scientific expeditions around the world. They learn how plastic causes internal damage to marine life, agonizing and often fatal. Although indestructible, plastic breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces. When mixed with plankton, the base of the food chain, it is consumed in ignorance. Every surface trawl contains plastic, and at the centers of the oceans, this plastic outnumbers plankton. While nearly half of plastic floats, the rest sinks. So what deadly threats are found lurking in the depths?
What I'm interested in is when we arbitrarily plop ourselves on a flat bottom in the middle of the Med, is there anything but an abyssal plain? Are we going to see bottles, plastic, cans, big containers of God knows what? I don't know.
Mike prepares for a deep dive off the French port of Marseille.
Remora pour surface, il faudra évoluer sur plus profond et on va continuer à essayer de voir si on peut trouver des plastiques en descendant un peu.
En route au 230.
Hey Mike, it's Tanya. Can you tell me what you're seeing down there?
Well, welcome to the bottom of the ocean, Tanya. Welcome to the bottom of the ocean. Yes, we came upon a pretty flat abyssal plain, very silty, very flat.
And
Now
a
we're
plastic
starting to
bottle.
see a plastic bottle, exactly. We're now starting to see more and more plastic.
We know so little about the deep ocean and the creatures that live there. But scientists now believe no part of its domain is untouched by the scourge of plastic. Plastic in the deep might be out of sight, out of mind, but pieces of plastic on the surface are far too tempting to ignore. Seabirds are the canaries of our oceans and the first indicators of the ocean's health. The shearwater birds that breed here on Lord Howe Island, a World Heritage Site, are in dire trouble. Seabird biologist Dr. Jennifer Lavers has dedicated her life to study them, and every visit to the island brings more and more alarming revelations.
For me, the shearwaters, particularly here on Lord Howe Island, I love them because no one else does.
We collected something like 10 dead birds that morning. It was extremely depressing. Oh, look at that.
Absolutely no doubt that this bird died as a result of that plastic. That is literally a gut full of plastic. It's quite alarming, isn't it?
Oh, the stomach's just filled with it. Big pieces too.
Completely full of plastic all the way up.
Unbelievable.
That plastic, when we weighed it out, accounted for 15% of that bird's body mass. If we translate that into human terms, that would be equivalent to you and I having somewhere around 6 or 8 kilos of plastic inside of your stomach, if you can imagine your quality of life.
Scientific data now reveals that more than 2/3 of all seabirds have ingested plastic. But it's not only wildlife that's affected. Developing countries have few or no facilities to deal with plastic waste. Much of the population is forced to live among the debris of their daily lives.
How much waste, plastic waste, is put into the waterways here? Do you have any idea?
Around 1,500 tons daily.
1,500 tons every day?
Yes.
Every day?
Every day.
Do you all live here?
Yeah.
In Pier 18?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you do during the day?
Scavenger work.
Scavenging? Yeah? What do you scavenge for?
Plastic.
Ah, and what do you do with the plastic?
Go to the shop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do they give you for the plastic?
Money.
Money? I suddenly got a sense of disgust that we could allow our children to be living in such conditions.
Our throwaway lifestyles are on the increase. Are these scenes an indication of what the future might hold for all of us? By the year 2050, as global populations increase, plastic production is expected to double, even triple. The frightening truth is no one even dares predict the numbers. Yet we have the ability to solve this problem. In Germany, all packaging has been recovered since 1991. This voluntary initiative, the Green Dot system, eliminates plastic waste from the environment, and nothing goes to landfill. Plus, it turns a profit. Following Germany's lead, many countries in Europe now have progressive recycling schemes. Customers receive cashback on returned bottles, and the bottles are automatically sorted into their materials of origin. Plastic is then converted back into pre-production pallets to make new plastic products, a process that can be repeated time and time again. Recycling programs are crucial because when plastic reaches the ocean, the problem is more than just waste. And this is the most insidious and terrifying discovery of all. In water, plastic attracts toxins like a magnet. When marine creatures consume the plastic, the toxins are released and stored in their fatty tissues. As these toxins travel up the food chain, they become concentrated in the fish we eat. When that happens, human health is at risk. Latest science has proved that toxins associated with plastics trigger all manner of critical disease.
What do? You can't possibly filter out these tiny particles from the entire ocean. You can't filter the entire ocean. In fact, so much plastic is in the ocean now in a form that we really can't get to it, that I feel the emphasis needs to immediately shift toward stop putting it in.
The plastic ocean poses a double threat: widespread polluted waste and unseen danger to the health of billions of people on this planet. Although we've come to love plastics in our daily lives, our connection to our first love, the ocean, is older and more vital.
The Plastic Oceans documentary is a way to inspire people, first of all, to understand. With knowing comes caring. You might not care even if you know, but you can't care if you don't know.
We face a stark choice, and there is a simple solution. This documentary reveals, for the first time, proof that plastic becomes toxic from the moment it enters the ocean. Once governments recognize this fact, they can use existing legislation to prevent plastic from ever reaching our seas again.